On January 20th, 2009, the first black president was sworn into the White House to be our 44th president. It was only 1 year ago Barack Obama was elected president of the United States of America. And in that 1 year, I believe that he has done more than George Bush has done his whole time in office. Which is a total of 8 years, and in those 8 years, he has destroyed our economy and did absolutely nothing to fix it. Barack Obama is the answer to our nation's problems. He has fixed some problems that Bush made and is starting to improve us in places that we need to catch up in with the rest of the world. I have a couple of examples of these things he's done in his first year alone that our former president could not or didn't care enough to do in our nation today. The first thing I want to talk about that Barack Obama has done is in his first year as president of the United States, he has slowed down the recession. People are starting to recover from the recession that we were in, that was going into a downward motion and only getting worse. He has stopped that, and now we're moving back into an upward motion in our economy. He has made a recovery plan that will stop the downfall of our nation's economy. The LA Progressive had a quote by Anthony Samad that says, "Trying to catch this economy from crashing was like trying to catch a 100-ton boulder dropped off a 70-story building. The inertia alone is going to push you backwards until you can't slow the force. But most wouldn't even step in front of a boulder coming at them like this." Barack Obama stepped in the gap and stuck to a measured recovery plan of stimulus dollars and labor force transition. The next thing he did was he saved Wall Street. He exposed the absence of regulatory oversight on Wall Street, and economic and financial investment reform is being discussed like never before. The third thing President Obama did was save the collapse of the American automotive industry. GM is thanking him for what he's done. But before bailing them out, he made GM restructure and put in incentive money to help the industry. He saved the people's industry. Anthony Samad said, "People want to make jokes about cash for clunkers, but the automakers aren't laughing, they're thanking him." I believe he bailed them out for the sake of our nation, and it would have only made things worse if he didn't. So he did what's best for our country. I believe George Bush wouldn't have made the same decision. He also wouldn't have changed the focus from Iraq to Afghanistan, where the real threat is against our country. He is making things right overseas like it should have been. Another thing that he did for our country overseas was he calmed and relaxed the anti-American tension through the world where people hated Americans because they knew that we were in Iraq for the wrong reasons. He went and did what was needed to make sure our nation was safe, and he calmed the bad blood so something bigger wouldn't come from the hatred that was building up around the world towards America. I'm sure you all have heard of or seen the movie Harold and Kumar, Escaping Guantanamo Bay. Well, this prison, there will be a hell that is a real prison called Guantanamo Bay that holds dangerous criminals. Bro, the prison is really located in Cuba. The torture camp is being shut down by President Obama. He says holding prisoners for 8 years without charging them was acceptable under the previous administration. It is not acceptable under this administration. But his next challenge will be to figure out what to do with the detainees that's already at Guantanamo Bay. President Obama has also helped school systems and made education a national priority. He believes in speaking to kids and informing them about how important education is and how they have to do their part in helping them out to achieve their goals in school and in life. put an emphasis and money behind new ideas like character schools. Obama is trying to turn school around and want to put it first. The biggest thing to date, I believe, that our President Obama has done for our country was the new health reform he passed this year. The reform will make health care more affordable for everyone and the nation to have. It also makes the insurers more accountable. It will make the health system sustainable and make the economy better. It says in the White House website that it makes insurance more affordable by providing the largest middle-class tax cut for healthcare in history, reducing premium costs for tens of millions of families and small business owners who are priced out of coverage every day. This helps 32 million Americans afford health care who do not have or get it today, and makes coverage more affordable for many more. Under the plan, 95% of Americans will be insured. 95% is a huge number. That's a huge number of people that will now have affordable health insurance, and I believe that there are more upsides than downsides to this reform. He also signed the Children's Health Insurance Reauthorization Act that will provide quality health care to 11 million kids and 4 million who previously were uninsured. Another health-related act he signed was the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, which protects the health care coverage for 7 million Americans who lost their jobs, and that's from 65% of COBRA subsidy to make coverage more affordable. In conclusion, the actions of President Obama shows me that he cares about the country he's in control of, and that he wants to make this a better nation and bring it back on top where it should be. This is something I believe former President George Bush didn't have on his mind, but then again, I don't think he had anything on his mind most of the time. The reform will end discrimination towards Americans with pre-existing traditions. That was a big problem about insurance companies before the reform. What that means is people who are already injured or need insurance but are hurt, most insurance companies, they usually deny them coverage because of like conditions like diabetes or somebody with cancer, things like that. But now this health reform will make them not be able to do that. Like they cannot deny them because they have those types of problems or disabilities. And now President Obama was the right choice for this nation to rise and become strong as it once was. That's it.
John, what did you think?
I thought he made it clear what his thesis was, and he had a good conclusion summing it up at the end. Everything he said supported the thesis, but there was kind of a lot of points, and it might have been better to just pick like 3 of them and focus on those. He spent a lot of time on healthcare and not as much on the other points, and there was no real roadmap, so you did transition well. Also, you spent most of the time reading the speech, and you didn't really look up enough.
Okay, I'd echo a lot of the things that you just said. Your thesis is relatively clear. There's not really a roadmap. It sounds like a long list of things that you've got going on there. Most of them don't get very well developed. We get claim, 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 claim. There are a couple of them where you start to offer some support for them. On the healthcare one, for instance, I thought you had some information that was potentially supportive on that issue, and it seemed like it came in two places. Right when you get to the end, when you're doing a summary, you kind of come back to the healthcare issue there, and so it seemed a little bit out of place there, but it's relevant to, but it is relevant to the claim that you were presenting earlier. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that gets put in here that I'm not sure advances your claim very clearly, and you know, there's some broad generalizations that are being made also that I think you need some support for. I got to agree, I didn't think your eye contact was, I'm not even sure I saw you look up once, so that was a little problematic. Way too much reading at this point in the term.